My dad used to tell me a story about a bad man. This man, said my dad, was a criminal. He ran with a very dangerous crowd. He was physically imposing, very strong, and he meant business. You didn't want to run into this man on the street. Now, I loved the story about the bad man, and I couldn't wait to hear about it every night. So one night, my dad finally concluded this series of stories with a stunning revelation. He said, "Son, the bad man was me. I was that bad man." Well, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't reconcile the picture of the hardened criminal that I had in my head with the loving father who was sitting at the foot of my bed telling me this story. It couldn't be the same story. It just couldn't. And you know what? I was absolutely right. My dad wasn't the same man any longer. Something had happened to him. Something had changed. Now, I wouldn't have put it like this back then, but this was my first encounter with what Christians call transformation, the miraculous way in which Christ changes a person from the inside out and turns them into a new person. You see, this was part of my dad's testimony. He had become a Christian. Now, not every Christian has a story as outwardly dramatic as my dad's, but every person who follows Jesus begins to change dramatically. Quite simply, when you follow Christ, you don't want the same things any longer. The whole orientation of your life, it's fundamentally altered. Now, for some people, that's going to sound very scary, and it is scary. Let me tell you, avoid Christianity if you want to play it safe. Avoid Christianity if you want everything to stay the same. Avoid Christianity if you have no desire to change at all. Avoid Christianity if you think you're good the way you are. But on the other hand, if you happen to notice that people, including you, seem to have a very deep-seated penchant for messing things up, for being selfish, for spiraling out of control, and for hurting those we love the most, if you recognize that this wayward tendency is in you, think about the Apostle Paul's words to believers. He says, "For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, is revealed, then you also will be revealed with him in glory." It's an astonishing promise. Consider the fact that Jesus Christ offers to change you from the inside out to make you a new person.